Welcome back for part 5 of What If Deku Was Midas. And before we start some things off, if I'm talking weird in this video or anything like that, I'm still recovering from a sickness. The reason I haven't really talked on those last 2 videos I posted, and I'm not going to record these 2 videos until I'm fully recovered, and that will be the alternate timeline of Napoleon, and the final episode of What If Female Deku was a sanitized octoling. I see that y'all love those series, and the sanitized series is coming to an end, and I plan to get more Napoleon Total War out there. Don't worry about that. And if you want a tutorial on how to play it, I have a video up. Anyway, let's get started. Okay, we go back to Midas's men at the base, and they hear about Sai, which is the cyborg person that I mentioned in the last part, that has infiltrated UA. So, Crusher, 8-Ball, and we'll say, Darkness and Moonlight were just chilling around the base after they had done the jobs that Midas asked them to do. So what do you think the boss's intentions are with UA? Like, what do you think he's going to do with them? Not sure. He may just want a guy inside. He could want, maybe to keep an eye on them and make sure they don't attack us. To get anything out of motion. Fair point. The boss doesn't like when things go astray from his plans. Yes. And, oh, I hear something as Vamp leads down from the stairs as he's upside down. I hear Saber. I believe that was a Sabertooth agent from the last part. Saber has been doing some work on other heroes, doing investigations, keeping an eye on our enemies, trying to figure out who would most likely interfere with our plans and who wouldn't. Fair point. That's actually a good idea. I know, right? Like, I'll be going out for a while to keep an eye on the heroes and villains. But there's been a lot more activity lately. As Meowscles comes into the room. What are y'all doing? Did the boss have some assignments that need to get done? As all the agents in the room look at Meowscles. Oh yeah, that's right. As 8-Ball, Vamp, and Darkness leave the room, leaving Crusher and Moonlight in there. Hey, do you know where Midas is, Meowscles? Unfortunately, no. He said he had something to go take care of. Or to meet someone. He didn't take any agents or guards with him. No idea where he could have gone. Well, I guess it's good to know. But I prefer it if he took a guard with him. I understand your worriness, Moonlight, as he's like a father figure to you in Darkness. But it's Midas we're talking about, the boss. He's going to be fine. I guess you're right. As we go to just Midas driving along, going to meet with somebody. If y'all haven't guessed, it's Overhaul. I made it pretty obvious in part 1 that they were like brothers. So they meet to the rendezvous. Now, I'm going to go switch over to the hero side real quick, where Aizawa is meeting up with Sir Night-Eye. So who have you been working on trying to take down? The new Yakuza boss, known as Overhaul. I heard of someone named Midas. Aizawa brings up. Really? Yes. Do you have any information on him? I have little information. He runs a very big black market business, selling weapons and everything to villains all over. I only know this because Overhaul is one of his buyers. Buys a lot of products from him. Huh, that's interesting. That's also good to know. Do you know where any of his warehouses, where he has anyone at? No, he keeps it on the low key and he always changes locations of the meetings, so it's impossible to know. So he's a professional. Most likely he's been doing this for years, so I would say he knows what he's doing. Alright, I'll help you with the overhaul, but after this you help me with fighting the Crusher and Midas. And also the 8 Balls is with them, with the Meowscles. That's all I know. 3 villains working for this guy named Midas, you say? Yeah. And they're no low-ranking villains either. They're pretty high up there. 8 Balls been getting away from the cops for years. Meowscles in underground fighting clubs was the champ and the Crusher. He had a pretty big gang back in the day, a couple years ago. He's still a threat. Yeah. But none of those 3 have done anything that's popped up in years. It could have been they've gone into retirement. Eraserhead. I understand that, but I severely doubt it. I think they're working for this guy Midas, and they're keeping things on the down low. It's a possibility. But you could just say they've gone to retirement and Midas is the one keeping their locations hidden. It could also be that. Huh, that is very interesting, though. There is something I do know on what Overhaul buys from the places that Midas sets up. And what may that be? These quirk-enhancing drugs. Midas sells them as auctions. Or at least yeah, that's what I believe anyway. Anything else? Not sure, as the only ones I managed to capture are some low random organizations that happen to buy stuff from Midas. Other than that, nothing else. Okay. Let's try to take some more information on Overhaul. And then we get them taken care of first, before we move on to Midas. I agree. We now go back to Overhaul and Midas meeting up. It's been a while, brother. It's been a while, Overhaul. Good to meet with you again. Who may these fellows you have brought? Oh, you noticed that they're around here, didn't you? Of course, none of them are in hearing distance. But I can still sense them. After all, you didn't think I would come here and not let my guard down. Fair point. You didn't leave your guard down when we were still working for the Yakuza. And you're the new leader, right? Overhaul? Yes. So why did you call me? I'm a bit busy on having my spy at UA. I hear there's a USJ event happening soon. Yes, whatever. I just want to know. I want you to have these. As he opens the case, revealing 5 Quark Erasing bullets, as he hands 2 over to Midas. What are these? Quark Erasing bullets. They should be useful for erasing anyone's quark permanently. That's good to know. These could be useful in my plans in the future. As he puts them in a glass container, as he puts it in his pocket. Anything else you want? I don't know, I'm just chatting with my companion. As he gestures to his men to come out to meet Midas. As none of these people know Midas, as they're all new Yakuza members that Overhaul brought on. as most of the old Yakuza members have either retired, were in prison, or died. So, anything? You seriously just want me to talk and you to reveal your lackeys? Pretty much, Midas. As he looks over, just by looking at them, some of them have interesting quirks. I can say that for sure. You always have a good eye, Midas. As one of his lackeys says, "Who is this?" "Oh, this is one of my allies. He's the person I go to his auctions and buy those quirk-enhancing drugs for us." As one of his members that goes with Overhaul to the auctions, "Wait, you own that?" "Yes, and I have them specially made. And I even have an extra one reserved for Overhaul every time." Well, that explains why we were getting an extra one in every case we bought. "Yes, he's my top buyer after all. After all, me and Overhaul, y'all probably don't know this, but we got some history." As he pats on Overhaul's shoulder with his glove on. "Well, anyway, Overhaul, I must be going. It's getting late. And I gotta keep an eye on my lackeys, too." "Alright, farewell, Midas. See you later." As Midas gets in his car and is driving away. And that's going to be the end of part 5. I am sorry this part is short. I will make the more parts of What Ifs and more parts of my other series. I hope y'all like this, and make sure to like and subscribe for more content. I hope y'all have enjoyed.